My name is Dina Padilla. I'm from Citrus Heights, California, and this is about California workers' compensation corruption. Um, I first filed a worker comp claim in 1988 against employer Kaiser Foundation Hospital, and then in 1990 to 1992 at Kaiser Permanente Medical Group, with at least 6 more claims with specific and cumulative injuries. The specifics were not acknowledged by anyone, even though I had medical and claim documentation. By filing mental stress claims, the deliberate and short-staffing a hospital and clinic personnel, the stress, the stress caused. The initial doctor's report showed that Kaiser did not preclude to give poor care to its patients, and that Kaiser was shoddy and callous. All of my physical stress claims were basically turned into psych claims and encouraged by the insurance doctors and lawyers on both sides to discredit my physical injuries, and my person as a whole was a whistleblower against Kaiser on its horrible treatment of patients and employees. In the worker comp trial, a few of my childhood experiences were brought up by the Kaiser defense, and Judge Volken allowed it, where I had to go into extensive detail, which was embarrassing and humiliating in front of the court and 6 witnesses. This was precluded by Judge Volken for me to know to put this on the record. My worker comp claim were hardly that extensive or encouraged by Judge Volken. The childhood memories and experiences were completely distorted and lied about to the upper courts, all the way to the California Supreme Court. The California Worker Comp Appeals Board had refused me a change of venue, and the Sacramento Worker Comp presiding judge, Joel Harder, had refused me to get another judge. Till this day, there is a serious and willful injury claim, but Judge Volken threatened me in the Worker Comp court, and also the Kaiser defense attorney, Richards, to allow Kaiser to penalize and sanction me if I wanted to go through with the serious and willful trial. Judge Volken actually wrote on one of her 2 personal notes in my case, which was malicious, on a doctor's report, he wrote about Kaiser, that I was the one that was shoddy and callous. This was about Kaiser's treatment of its patients. I finally got a trial in 2000 where I had to appeal all the way to the Supreme Court and then to the federal appellate court about California violating my due process, all to no avail. In all of these cases, I can point out all of the fraud and corruption by attorneys on both sides, the judges, the doctors, and all that was hired by Kaiser Insurance Company, with reforms by legislators and governors to deny any injured worker like myself their claims. The upper courts rubber-stamped the worker comp Judge Volken my decisions, even though she omitted real facts, and the California upper courts did not give any reasons. And the federal courts used case law that had nothing to do with my violation of due process, violation by the state of California. This is what happens to many Kaiser employees who were over-medicated and had to file worker comp claims. They were at the age of 40, female, minorities, union members, and disabled. Starting after the 1986 strike with SEIU and Kaiser had prodded these employees to file worker comp claims, but I was one of the few who went to fight to the federal appellate level. No state, county, or federal agency has held Kaiser responsible for all these employees. The 7 suicides, mostly in South Sac, and the murder of an employee at the South Sac facility. Worker comp claims by Kaiser employees have been and are the pattern now of most employees as a way to get rid of the higher paid and higher benefited employees. I was a union activist with SEIU, but little did I know the fix was in to take these employees down, that they would never be able to work again, and that these employees from Kaiser and other employees from other corporations were going to be forced to go on Social Security, disability, Medicare, while employers would not pay for these claims. The employers and other taxpayers are paying for employees' worker comp claims. I've contacted every agency, every media source I knew, for all of them to ignore the fraud and corruption done by the state and federal government. To keep these claims open and going, a secured secret amount of money that goes somewhere to KPMG for something like wars. This has happened with federal employee worker comp claims too. We discovered this in 2000. Perhaps the most sinister is a huge worker comp system that destroys millions of workers along with their families, along with their health and their lives. The biggest, ugliest secret is with the courts and all the other courts and agencies that hide the most profound ripoff of this country and the injuring of employees. Kaiser answers to no one, is still conducting its care on a toxic dump site in Downey, California, whereas a movie studio was closed down by the feds. Who is Kaiser, and why don't they follow the laws like everyone else? And who allows them to break the laws but the states like California and the U.S. government? Kaiser is run like a Gestapo unit. Work comp, this was told to me by employees, and I found it out for myself as well. And Kaiser, along with other corporations, are run to save money. We never don't get respect, we don't get dignity, and we don't get pay. And this is all for revenue for the state of California and anybody else. Thank you very much. In Congress, this is for you. I know that you've been presented with some of this information prior to, with some of the Congress members, like an investigation and like justice and restitution for all these workers, including myself. Thank you.